Hi, I'm Ishan. Welcome to the first episode of Universe, Origin, Evolution, and Future. Here we're going to discuss big questions like who we are, where did we come from, and what is our purpose. In this episode, we are going to see the big picture based on what science has taught us. Without further ado, let's delve right into the origin of our universe. According to the Big Bang Theory, the universe and everything that we know of was contained in a single point. About 13.7 billion years ago, there was a Big Bang and the universe started expanding. At the early stages of the universe, all the forces of nature was unified and nothing could form. In time, the universe cooled down and stars, galaxies, superclusters, and solar systems started to form. Our Earth was formed about 4.5 billion years ago. Conditions on primitive Earth was pretty hostile, but it did not take long for life to start as a unicellular RNA-based organism. Soon, it developed mechanisms for photosynthesis, which gave rise to the oxygen-rich atmosphere of Earth. Next, eukaryotic DNA-based organisms capable of sexual reproduction were on the rise. Later, land plants and land ecosystems started to form, which was followed by the evolution of land-based tetrapods. This was followed by two mass extinctions which wiped out 70% of the entire species on Earth. Next came the Triassic period, dominated by huge archosaurs. They too were wiped out by the Permian-Triassic mass extinction, responsible for wiping out 96% of species on Earth. This paved the way for the success of dinosaurs for some time, but they too were wiped out by the Triassic-Jurassic mass extinction. Finally, present-day mammals and birds came into the picture after the Cretaceous-Paleogene mass extinction. Our first ancestors, the apes, only came into the picture about 6 million years ago. They were intelligent enough to develop stone tools. After many branching in species and evolution, the Homo sapiens evolved about 200,000 years ago. In our short history of only 200,000 years, we have been able to accomplish much and more. But it all started with the discovery of fire and exploration of foreign land. After surviving the Ice Age, they developed language, art, and spirituality, and lived the lives of hunter-gatherers. Then came the Neolithic Revolution, characterized by advent of agriculture, math, and development of civilization and central authority. This gave rise to the great civilizations of Mesopotamia, Egypt, Indus Valley, and China. Then they became more and more advanced with the development of economy, government, language, culture, and of course, writing. By this time, they had started worshipping anthropomorphic deities and personified nature such as the sun god. After a couple of hundred years, the more complex civilizations in America and Asia were on the rise. Hinduism and Buddhism was rising in popularity, followed by Christianity, Jainism, and Confucianism. Then the world saw empires of unprecedented size rise and fall, such as the empire of Alexander the Great, Mauryan Empire, and the Roman Empire. Then began the Islamic Golden Age, which lasted more than a century. The 10th century saw much interest in universities, architecture, and scholasticism. However, we were still vulnerable to diseases, so the Black Plague took advantage of this and caused the world population to decline to just about 375 million. This was followed by the Renaissance period, which saw a refreshed interest in art and philosophy. After Renaissance came the scientific revolution during the early modern period, when developments in mathematics, physics, astronomy, biology, human anatomy, and chemistry transformed views of society and nature. This is when Newton's discoveries were made. Enter the Enlightenment Age. With increasing awareness in science and nature study, the world saw many scientific breakthroughs and forever changed the way we view the world. Improvements in medical healthcare and physics caused the world population to rise rapidly. Then, after going through 2 world wars, we landed on the moon and developed the first trend of antibiotics, which went on to save millions, if not billions, of lives. This is when Einstein's discoveries were made and quantum physics was developed in its infancy. Enter the modern age, where scientific breakthroughs are ever increasing and we live in a cosmopolitan world. With the rising complexity of scientific inventions and the Mars missions set for 2030, there is only one way we are going, and that is up. Our long-term goal should be to colonize other parts of the world, as our sun's fate will consume the entire Earth as it expands into a red giant. The universe, however, is expected to meet its end as it expands into oblivion, followed by a heat death, or a big crunch, which is essentially the universe shrinking back into its original singularity state, just like we started. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next episode, where we discuss about where religion fits into the big picture. And if you like the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and show your support. Also, let me know what you think about it in the comments below.